Everybody, welcome to the first monthly recap. We trade. Welcome to the first monthly recap of We Trade to Travel 2018. No, I'm way late. It's already March, but I think it's important that I get this out there for myself and maybe can help other traders learn as well. So let me get into this. I'm real excited because this was my first profitable month ever. If you know my story, a lot of you probably won't. I have been trading for almost 2 years, and it's been very frustrating. I'm sure it's been frustrating not only for me but for other beginners traders as well. It's a long journey, but trust me, it'll get better. First profitable month ever. Monthly profit of $4.99, basically $500 combining wins and losses. So I'm very excited about that. Grew my account from $2,071 to $2,570. So basically made 24% on the month, which is very good because a lot of value investors make 5-10% in a year, and they think that's good. I'm making 24% in a month, and I plan to keep on growing that number and even stay steady with that number. So I'm gonna show you my wins. I'm gonna show you wins and losses. I think it's important that you know that I'm transparent. So these are all my wins on the month. I had an average win of 12%, which I'm very proud of because I've grown that. When I first started tracking my trades, I started winning 7% when I'd win, and I moved it to 8%, then to 9%, then to 10%, and now I'm at 12%, which I'm very happy with because I'm letting my runners run. I'm cutting losses. I promise you I am. Each gain averaged out to 86.56 on my wins, and I like to keep this is an important number for me because it lets me know that I was on the right track or I wasn't. 45% upside from entry. That's just saying that from the time I entered on the, like for example, THC BF, when I entered at 172, it ran 45% from there. So I mean, I had a 45% return potential on average on my trades, which is very high, and that makes me know that I'm working towards on the right stocks, picking the right setups. My losses, you see each one of my losses. I had an all right month cutting losses. I like cutting how I cut losses, but some of them I did get stubborn on and took big unnecessary losses. 6% average, which was lower than my 12% average win. So I'm letting winners run, and I'm cutting losses. Average loss was 56.93 after commissions. On my losses, not so much upside, So I basically see that, and I'm like, okay, when I see a stock going up from where I entered and then it starts coming back down, basically that's it. I basically know that I was wrong, because normally when I'm right, I could capture 45% average or 12%. That's my game. That's my target, like a 10% win. I had a big loss here, KODK. That one hurt me. But I learned great lessons from that one. 18%. And although this wasn't big dollar wise, it was a big percentage wise. That's what's really important. I just didn't go in big like I did here. But other than that, I mean, I have a 4% loss, 6%, a couple 6% losses, and that's it. I cut losses quickly. I'll go over some of my trades. I've already did some video lessons on these, so I'm just gonna go over my worst trades. RMGN, I was in here on this gap up day. No news, but it was low float. So this is obviously my risk level after it broke pre-market highs. I was looking for buy the first pullback, so I was in here at 230. Now I did have a good risk level, if I don't say so. Even though it broke, I believe it was still a good trade, but I was 30 cents from my risk on a $2 stock. That's way too much to be risking. Should not be in here. If I'm gonna be in here this far from the risk level, I should be risking off of some candle or maybe the 9 and the 13 EMAs. I shouldn't be risking off of this risk level 30 cents. If I'm risk off of that, I'm getting a little lower towards the bottom. That's where I messed up on that one. RMGN again. See these candles, there's the 1 minute, 3 minute, and even 5 minute. On the 5 minute, it looks even uglier, like there's no really reason to get in. And if I am in, I should have cut losses quickly, even before it got down to my risk level. KODK, this was my big $237 loss. 18% loss, biggest loss of the day, biggest loss of the year so far. Now, what I did wrong is I was in here on the second big green day. After it was up big already. From, I would say, it was like $3 all the way to 12.50. And I was buying here, anticipating the breakout. What was I thinking? I don't know what I was thinking. And I hope I don't think like that again, because I was stupid trading. More in-depth 3-minute chart. I was in here at the open, and that was another mistake that I made. One of my rules is do not get in at the open. First 10 to 15 minutes. What did I do? First minute I got in. Got in once it broke pre-market highs, thinking it was going to run again. Nope. It's already up from 3 to 13.15. 12.50. Basically up 300, 400%. Why am I going to buy that? No idea, but I did. And I took a big loss. From in the 12.97, I was basically at the bottom at 10.70. That was a great short, not a good buy, but you live, you learn, you move on. Now, my best trades, I had 2 big losses that I went over. Now let's go over some wins that I did. No, this was a very good month because there was a good opportunity with the marijuana stocks running Bitcoin. But what I took advantage of was the marijuana stocks, especially THCBF was my favorite stock of January. Played this a few times. So I'm in here on the second green day. I bought this stock because this is when marijuana started to run, and I was in on this one because this was one of the least overextended. Everything else was already overextended, and I did not want to chase. Got in over the multi-month breakouts here. Sorry. So what I did right here, I saw the breakout, and I waited for a pullback. Already broke out, and it's running nicely, so I'm waiting for the pullback. Got in here at 172, and I just let this thing ride. I was really never tempted to sell because I had a nice risk level right here. And 172 out at 198 on the day, and I could have made more money if I would have held even longer. See, and I like waiting for them to run and then pull back, and when they touch the 9 and 13, they can really start riding the 9 and 13. Even here I wasn't tempted, even though it crossed below, because it never touched my risk level. That's what's important. You gotta have a good risk level. Not only have a good risk level, but not be chasing. This one just, you see, just uptrended all day, 1-minute chart. And it was another good trade another time. Here I made $55, a 15% win. Nice win. I just didn't go in big enough. Next time I see this chart, I'll go in bigger, so that 50% could be even bigger money-wise. Now I had a 21% win, and that still isn't big, but like I said, I went in small. And it's okay to go in small and scaling, guys. Now this was probably even better trade because I bought this one from 275 down to like 150 off its lows. And I got in here at 173 at the bottom. I was able to get out to 10, even holding through this right here. Big panic. And it's a strong sector. Wasn't thinking the stock was going to die. Like I said here, felt a hot sector isn't going to die so quickly. So I wanted to get in this dip. Longer time frame, 5-minute. What I saw is this support area right here and this resistance right here. Give me just a second. Okay, back. So, second day of the breakout, had a resistance here. Then it came down and tested it and held support. Then continues to uptrend, and then once it hits this top, it has a big panic right at support. What's it do? Double bottoms the same day, and then it starts to run. What are you gonna do? I mean, drop 40% on OTC, or especially OTC. Those are the best charts to play. That was a nice dip buy here. Another good one was MYSZ. 16% win, $97. Now this one I had played twice. I remember this one. I had played twice. I got fake out on my first entry, and then the second entry is when I nailed it because it didn't end up breaking down like I thought it was gonna. So what I was doing, I was anticipating the multi-day breakout over here. Okay, yeah, so I was in here, or in the early morning, I was in here twice, and basically the same candle. I got in, and then 5 minutes later, I got out of the stock, then 5 minutes later, I got back in. So I saw here this multi-day breakout after it already ran. And I was anticipating, maybe thinking it could retest 350 breakout. Wasn't not too sure, but if I got in early, I would be able to take profits even if it double tops. So after gapping up and bottoming, came up, topped out, and then broke out. But I was anticipating that breakout, so I was in here on this little bull flag. 10-minute, you see even more detailed here. I was in here when it broke 225 risk level. No, that was my risk. This bull flag was my risk. Okay, so I was in here once it broke the pre-market highs, 232, and I thought it could ramp up and keep breaking, but it kind of faked me out because it had this big green candle, then it continued to spike into the next candle, but then it had this little inverted hammer, and then made another red candle, so I got out. I was like, you know what, let me get out. But it never even broke my risk level, so I don't know why I got out. Give me just a second again. No, man. Okay, back. I'm at work. Got customers coming in and out. I wish I could just make this video in peace, but I couldn't. Finding time to continue work on stocks, sell the stocks. Okay, so like I said, I should have never got out because I never touched my risk, never broke below my risk. But live you learn. But I quickly saw that because I got back in at 232, same price I got out in at the first time, and I got a solid move to 268. Even though it could go into 3, but you take profits. Good thing here, when I saw that it wasn't gonna do what I thought it was gonna do, I got out. Shouldn't have got out, but I did. But I cut losses, $32 loss, and a $97 win. 16%, 3%. Let your winners run, cut your losses. And more see. So yeah, that was the last trade. No, there might be another one. Want to take a look at that for a little second. This is okay. So I was actually risking a candle instead of a level. That's why I messed up. When I risked this candle and it broke below this candle, but it never broke below the risk level of 225. Oh, Seagull. Oh, I love this one. I was waiting for this one. I was a little upset with this one because I wasn't able to get in when it initially broke out. But I did get in when it broke out a second time. So I was in on this red day, the day after it broke out. So after it topped out, this is the multi-day breakout, topped out, and I was in on this day. So the day ends right here, and at the open it dipped to 250, even below that. What I was risking the previous high of day, where it broke out, so which was here. So at 3, when it opened, it quickly went down to 250. I think it was 240 the low, and then it popped back up quickly. So when I got in here at 270, risking 220, I mean 240, 250. And on this little panic on a strong sector, I got in and it went right to green and broke out. You know, didn't break out like I expected, but I managed to get out here kind of at the top because it looked a little topish with the level 2. It's another good dip buy. See, here's was the previous day into the close, and then at the open here, it just boom went down, and level 2 started to stack, and it looked like it couldn't go anymore. You see the 1 minute, see, dropped and it couldn't go no more. Started to go up, and I got in. I was in here at 270. I didn't like my entry because it was a little too far, but I had a good risk level. This didn't scare me because it was quick, so it looked like it probably took out some market orders. So I use limit orders. In at 270, double bottom, then it boom uptrended. So overall, I mean, January was a great month. I had capitalized on OTC stocks, and I found some good niches that I like to use on these upcoming months. I hope you guys had a great January as well. If you have any questions, feel free to message me, hit me up. I'm willing to work with anybody to collaborate strategies. I do have a Twitter, We Trade to Travel, as well as Instagram, We Trade to Travel. On my Instagram, I like to be transparent, as well as my Twitter. My Twitter, I let you know when I enter a stock, when I exit a stock. Instagram, not the same, but I let you know if I'm currently in a stock and why. But I should follow both. Give me some support, and give me some constructive criticism. It's always helpful. Thank you for watching. See you guys later.